If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit worried about Kanye's new album, Donda 2. This thing was announced a couple of days ago to be dropping on February 22nd. I made some videos already on this, especially going over the fact that we're getting this very soon after the first Donda, which dropped at the end of August of 2021, and was probably one of the best records of 2021. I really loved that album, thought it was better than CLB, thought it was better than a lot of the stuff that dropped that year. I thought Kanye was really in his bag, focused, trying to really create something timeless. And even though the rollout was maybe a little bit messy, I thought that the project as a whole was pretty well thought out and has some amazing moments on there. And the fact that we're getting a second installment in this series this soon afterwards, like 6 months later, is quite surprising, because Donda obviously took a hell of a long time to make. We went through all the different Yandhi situations and all that, and some of the snippets from Yandhi made it onto Donda. For example, 80 Degrees, or now Hurricane, with now Lil Baby being on there as well. So this went through quite a few mutations over the course of a long time, and the second one just seems to be kind of rushed out. Of course, I don't actually have inside informations on, what stuff is going to be on here, if there's stuff on there that has been in the works for a very long time, but it just seems like Kanye is in a very weird position right now also personally, and that is also the main reason why I'm worried about this. Not necessarily the fact that it's dropping so soon after the first one. I still believe that Kanye can make a timeless piece of art and a body of work that is incredible in that short amount of time, but just the fact that his private and personal life seems to be kind of all over the place right now just has me a little bit worried. So to give some context on this, Kanye went through a lot in 2021. He got divorced from the mother of his children, Kim Kardashian. They have a lot of drama going on right now. Just over the past couple of months, they've traded, shots back and forth, starting with Kanye dating Julia Fox and Kim Kardashian dating Pete Davidson, then Kanye taking shots at Pete Davidson on this new Easy track from The Game, where he says the reason why God saved him from his car crash was to beat Pete Davidson's ass, which is just very petty and just really unnecessary. Of course, it got a lot of people talking, and there was a pretty hard line, but it was just, it doesn't seem like a grown man who's answering back at this. And then also the fact that, he's really been calling out Kim Kardashian a lot over the past couple of weeks. For example, he complained that Kim wouldn't let him see their kids. She wouldn't allow him to, attend his daughter's birthday party, and also made him do a drug test afterwards because she thought he was on drugs while at his daughter's birthday party. And he was just all over social media blasting her for that, and also says that she stopped his kids from seeing his basketball game and all of that. So it was just a lot of stuff going on. And also very recently, Kanye again called out Kim for saying that Kim accused him of putting a hit out on her. So it's like, it's a lot of stuff going on, very complicated, just so unnecessary as well. They could handle all of this in private, even though Kanye says that she's blocked off all contact from him and to his kids as well. So this is just a very messy situation, and I hope that this reaction of him dropping Donda 2 now is not just, a reaction to all the changes in his private life. We've seen him also go through different phases. First, he was spotted at the club with Future, and then the following morning with like a couple of models in his hotel room, and now he's dating Julia Fox. So it seems like this man's life is just, good for him. I'm not saying anything, but this man's life seems to be all over the place, and I hope that the second Donda is still as focused as the first one, because that was one of the main things that I really enjoyed about the first Donda. With all the, listening parties and release listening parties beforehand, it seemed like he was really trying to even do this in and this has a negative connotation, but do this like in some kind of a cult situation where the music is very gospel influenced, but with this modern twist. So it seems like he's creating his own religion, and listening to it, you're just kind of drawn into this whole universe that he's creating, and you can kind of get a glimpse of what he's trying to imagine in his mind. And if this new album, especially also being executive produced by Future, who obviously brings a lot of trap influence as well on this thing, it might just be more of that turn up party rap, and I really don't hope it is that. I hope that it still has a narrative underlying it. It has some sort of concept it's sticking to, and not just some modern instrumentals with Kanye just on. He did perform quite well on those on the original Donda, but that's just not what I would want a second Donda to be based around. I think first and foremost, every Kanye fan wants the man to be in a good position, in a healthy and clear mind state, more than, you know, him dropping the second installment to a series within 6 months of dropping the first, especially an album like Donda that has been in the works for such a long time, originally being slated for release in 2020. So it's not like we're not used to waiting. It's not like we're not used to Kanye delaying this thing for like 2-3 years. And I'm still not sure if Donda 2 is actually dropping on the 22nd this month. I can make a whole nother video on that. I probably will, because, you know, it's just very unlikely that Kanye will actually come through and on his promise of releasing an album on a certain date. He's just never really been solid in keeping those promises in the past, so it's likely to happen this time again. But he did say he was going without a phone until the day that his album drops, because he really wanted to focus on that. But then I would really like to know how he's able to send out these tweets accusing his ex-wife of doing all these things without having a phone. Maybe he has someone doing it for him, but it just kind of seems, I don't know, it's all over the place. I hope the man is in good health, and especially mental health. That's something that I care about, honestly, more than getting the next Donda. I could honestly go for a whole nother year without getting Donda 2 if the man can actually get in a clear headspace and create art for us for decades to come, and not just pump out another album like that. So Donda 2 dropping February 22nd, 6 months after the first one. I'm worried about this because it's dropping so soon after the first one, first of all, and then also because this man's private life just seems to be all over the place and very messy, and I hope that that doesn't reflect in his music as well. But it might just be the complete opposite, and him going through so much stuff gives him some energy, gives him some drive to come through and actually create something like completely incredible. We've seen this happen with, 808s and also a Twisted Fantasy, so maybe this is like another Kanye moment like that. I do hope so, but I also just want the man to be healthy and happy, and that's more important to a lot of fans than getting the second Donda album, 6 months after the first one. But yeah, all of that is just my opinion, of course, just my theories, my thoughts, my expectations, my worries. Now I want to know what you think about this. Do you share the same feelings that I've expressed on Donda 2? Or do you have a different approach of thinking of this? Are you excited for this thing? Do you think it's actually going to drop on the 22nd? What do you think about all the incidents in Kanye's private life that's been going on over the past couple of months? All of that, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.